Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, our dear viewer. It's a pleasure to be spending time with you this beautiful Monday. As we start off this week with you out there, I thank you for choosing the national broadcaster. It is a beautiful day, a great morning, I should say. We're having great weather. And of course, I can't wait to have this wonderful conversation with you as we continue to celebrate the women in ICT this 27th day of March, 2023. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Well, right here, it's all about inspiration. It's all about the world of tech, how women can tap into this space, and what are their achievements out there they're yet to share with us. It's more to do with sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There is more to it. And how can Uganda tap into this talent, or tap into what the women have to offer for us to get to great levels, just like what other countries have done when it comes to living in a world of tech. Welcome once again. Joining me on set this morning, I'm having Phyllis Nasuna, a creator. She's also a co-founder at Digiverse. I hope that is the right pronunciation. You'll be letting us know. Solutions Limited, and co-founder of a Yoga Fruit. I'll also be joined by Stella Nakatude, website developer at Ella Solutions Limited. And I also have another lady with us in studio, Nuwansima Brenda, web developer. They'll be letting us know about what they do and what are some of those beautiful stories they have to share with the rest of the entire world. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pleasure to have your company.
Pleasure to have you as well.
We'll start at the extreme end. Please let us know more about yourself.
Good morning, Sandra, and good morning, viewers. I'm happy to be here. My name is Stella Nakatude. I'm the web developer at Ella Solutions Limited. I'm also the founder of the company. It's an ICT company. We deal in business software, statistical computing, and IT risk management, in addition to web development, of course.
Amazing. Great stuff. There's really a lot. Well packaged. Well, yes, another beautiful lady. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you. I'm very happy to be here and to share my story. My name is Phyllis Nasuna. I'm a creator, first thing, and I'm a co-founder for Digiverse Solutions. We are a tech company that provides software development, web development. We also do content development, which most call graphics design, and also do digital marketing for businesses, small and medium. And I'm also a founder of Yoga Fruit, which is a new healthy snack on the block. We mostly specialize in providing like healthy snacks for people that can act also as a substitute for cereal. Yeah, and I'm happy to be here. Thanks.
Wow, there's really a lot, I should say, as well. Wow, great package for this morning. There's really a lot in store. Wow, let's hear it from you. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you for having me. I'm Brenda Nuwansima. I'm a software developer. I'm currently the team lead for web development at Bima Group. It's a creative hub where there are different creators, be it in graphics design, video and photography, as well as web development. And I'm also a founder for Belevon Technologies. It's a graphics company. We deal in printing and design of different products, any printing work, shirts, caps, plates, anything like in that regard. And I'm also a STEM trainer. I work with different organizations just to train here and there where I can volunteer. I'm always happy to serve. Yeah.
Well, happy to have you. Well, just getting to hear those stories, what inspired you, to get to where you are? Is it about sciences? Was it passion? Was it like, I need to serve my nation, this is what I should go for, it will be easier for me to get into the job market? How has it been like for you?
For me, first of all, as early as 10 years old, I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to build houses for people so that they live in spaces that they enjoy. Not necessarily that one size fits all, but in spaces they enjoy. But when I got to the university, I did not make it for that course. Instead, I made it for statistics. So I'm like, okay, it's still mathematics. How am I going to use it to you know, to design spaces for people. So in there was a course unit called statistical computing. I'm like, voila, I've arrived. I'll use this, I'll hang on this one. So I majored in statistical computing, and fast forward, I discovered website design. So I'm like, I don't have to go to school, because architect takes some time in school. I don't have to go back to school to learn architecture, but now I can design web spaces. So I had the design and art in me, naturally, and now I get to use it in the website world. And not just in website, even in software. Because in my company, Ella Solutions, our tagline is we tailor to your needs. What that means is that we go to our client, or the client comes to us, they explain to us their needs rather, we fit into their shoes as if we do their business, as if we feel their very pain. And we tailor our solutions to that particular need. So we don't have a one size fits all. All our products are just designed for that particular client. We are just yet to get to the space where we design the off-the-shelf solutions, but we are still doing that. We tailor to your needs. And for me, that's my passion now. Achieved.
That's a dream come true.
Yes.
No duplicates and no fitting in another person's shoes.
No,
you just simply create for that specific client that you have at the moment.
Unless they insist that I really want to look like that one, but I also discourage. You need to be unique. You need to bring out your full self, not as a copycat of someone else. Yes, so that's what I do for my clients.
Well, Phyllis, we can't wait to hear from you. Your inspiration, your story out there. How has it been like for you? How did you get there?
My story, a bit similar to Stella's. When I was growing up, I always liked to think around. I always liked to do things that I was told I cannot do as a girl. I remember, like, I used to love football a lot, and my mom would be like, girls don't play football, girls don't do this. And I was like, why can't I? When my legs can actually kick a ball, why can't I play football? So I've always been that rebellious. So I think around A-level, I picked an interest in building. I remember staying with my grandmother, and there was a construction going on in close to home. And I just loved how those guys built something from nothing, and then were having, they were roofing it. I stood and how did they create something like that? And from that time, I was like, I want to be a civil engineer. And then fast forward, I finished Form 6, and I didn't get the results. Could have gotten them, but I got some discouragement from someone, you don't have the brains to do civil engineering. And I ended up applying for IT at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And I remember the first week I was so frustrated, this is not where I should be. I should be in a civil engineering class. I should be doing something else. But then as we went through orientation, I remember sitting close to a computer, and I was people were playing cards, there's that game on computers where people play cards. I was like, I need to sit in a place where I can't have access to a computer, because I don't want people to realize I actually don't know how to turn on a computer, right? And then as the orientation was going on, they were like, who would like to be a class president for the class? I'm like, if I don't like to be here, I need to do something that will encourage me. So I told my neighbor, raise your hand and second me. And from that, I was like, even though I don't like to do IT, I can make something out of it. And I was able to join the Google Developers Club. And from that, I was able to learn programming. The club had a lot of male. Actually, you would go in some of the meetups and you're the only lady there. Yeah, and they're teaching web development, using Joomla, using WordPress. And most times those meetups were mostly for men. And thankfully, that time Google also introduced something called Women Tech Makers, which I applied and became a women tech maker for Mbarara. I was a lead for it, and it gave me a lot of exposure and a lot of opportunities. And I think around third year, I got to know about a program called Technovation. It's a global program that challenges girls between 12 to 18 to create something or solve a problem in their community using a mobile app. So that time, of course, I was at university. I couldn't participate on an international level, but thankfully, if you know about RAN, Resilient Africa Network, they organized something for the universities, and I was able to participate. It gave me a lot of exposure, like the programming I was learning. You actually went through the program and created solutions out of those problems that you identified in the community. And at the end, I think there's a YouTube video I recorded like a very long time ago. Someone shared it last week, and I was like, where did you find this? Where we were pitching our idea. And that experience really made me fall so much in love with tech and the ability to create. And I think we all don't have to strive to be civil engineers, because at the end of the day, if you have the power to create something, it could be in farming, it could be in any industry, so long as you have the power to create something and see it blossom into something
at the end
great.
of the day, you don't have any regrets, which just
I do not.
You're
It's
so
been an
you
amazing
totally fit
journey.
in those shoes.
Exactly. So
Well, for someone
thank
out
you.
there, they're trying to figure it out. What can they, attach themselves to? You've been speaking about the different programs that you try to embrace. Take part in all those various. What influenced you all through to keep on the right track? What are some of those programs that someone needs to be attached to?
So first of all, you need to start with the ladies here, Start with the ladies
let's first
here.
get to listen to Brenda's story. Let's not be selfish.
Exactly.
Brenda, tell us about your inspiration, how you got there where you are.
For me, it's always been the ability to create and have something tangible to look at. From when I was young, it can go all the way back to as far as I can remember. I've always liked to be practical in whatever I'm doing. If I'm going to, maybe my dad is going to do something, I would want to run along with him and see how he's doing it, so that I can also get the knowledge. I want to participate. If they're probably cooking in the kitchen, I'll also go and cook. So I've always been a practical person. I don't like to hear something and I don't know, what is that? So that pushed me to always be inquisitive, and that grew along with the subjects I was doing through primary. By my primary, everyone knew I wanted to be an engineer, and some people started calling me engineer. Right now, okay, I did software engineering at campus, and I'm not directly doing machines and stuff like that, but you find someone calling you an engineer because they know you're an engineer. So that still gave me the push, the morale and the energy to pursue what I wanted. And for tech, well, it's the trend. And you're able to create so much more with the computer. Starting from Word, some people don't know how much you can do with a computer. Even just recording a voice note, that is technology. Even just typing, that is technology. So I tried as much as I can to learn the different things I can do with a computer. So that led me now to university, and I was able to volunteer with an organization which later took me on, and it was such an inspiring experience because I was able to now meet other ladies who have done tech in the field, because in my class, you always hear this, the male population in the engineering class is always more than it's always more than the ladies. So you need that extra encouragement that you can also do it in this field. So it's called Fundibots. Fundibots people were so amazing, and that got me to actually practice what I was learning in class and ask questions here and there. There is some bit of robotics, so you get to work with robots and create something that you see moving, because it's your program, it's your connections, it's the electrical equipment that you put in.
So everything is brought to reality.
Exactly.
It's natural in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, some of the parents will be like, you're being nosy because you want to find out and be inquisitive. Is that a hindrance at some point? Or are your parents supportive? Or they'll be like, you are fere, or you're spoiling things, you're putting the radio upside down because you want to figure it out.
Actually, for me, it wasn't more of destroying things in order to see what they were made of. It was more like, can I create from scratch? So for instance, one of the houses I grew up in, where that particular inspiration started, we entered that house when it was still under construction. So they did all the kitchen cabinets while I was at home. I was in day school and my older siblings were in boarding school. So in P1, you come home after lunch. So I'd be home and I'm seeing them cutting things. So I would cut and make a small bed for my doll, make a small chair for my doll.
You were a spoiler.
Then when they wanted to throw old clothes out, I'd cut out a small blanket for my doll. And then when I learned to stitch, I would make small blouses for my doll. It was all around my doll because it's the only thing I could use which was not complaining or tell me don't do this or don't do that. So that's when I realized that I had this creative skill. And I liked drawing. I look at something and then I draw it.
So so for the parents out there, they should let their kids figure it out.
Yes, they should
at slow pace.
And then they should help them along the way. Like if there is a subject in school that probably supports that talent, let them encourage them more in that subject. If our curriculum does not support that subject, let them get the help that they can afford for their child, or create space for them to explore. So that will help them grow that passion.
Okay. Can we get a little bit technical?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Because I mean, she talked about getting into a computer and even just opening Microsoft. That is also tech.
Yes.
What are some of those programs one is supposed to engage or be attached to? Do I need to just know Excel? And I'm like, okay, I'm also in tech. To be creative.
That's a starting point, because now if we just even look at Excel, for instance, people in the accounting field, they need to do bookkeeping. They need to do their financial analysis. Excel is a powerful tool in analysis and in data management, for instance, data entry, organization, validation, and all the things that go along with data. So Excel is a powerful tool in that area, and many people actually use it in their offices for accounting. So all these things that are available, some of them are free, others are paid for, but you do you use what you can afford. For instance, the woman in the market, she does not need a computer, but then she has a phone. So she can use it to liaise with her clients. You know, like during the lockdown, people could not meet their clients face to face. But now the phone came in handy to do that bridge, the communication, and then you send the boda to.
And for someone who is into graphics, and for which kind of programs?
Adobe Family. Adobe InDesign for the graphics, and then there's the one for animation. I forget its name, but the Adobe Studio is good for people who are into the design field.
Yeah, and someone
Canva
who is starting,
online. Canva is an online tool. Yes, of
Okay, feel free to interject.
Yes, of course.
Canva is a very good, because you know when you talk about Adobe, someone will worry, I have to first learn it. But then now there are new platforms that they are just drag and drop. You just have to know what do I want to create. And you drag text, you drag images, you put it there, and you have something beautiful. Those flyers that you see, there are a lot of people doing them through Canva. It's just Canva, canva.com. You just have to have an email address, and you can create videos, posters, anything you can think of.
Brenda, would you love to add a voice to that?
Yes, and in terms of design, for people who want to do web design, the best tool is Figma. There are other tools around, but currently the best I've used so far is Figma to create a layout of how maybe a mobile application should look like. If you want a website, how it's going to look like without actually coding, just the interfaces. And you can also use it to design different flyers, Yeah.
Wow. I appreciate the brains here, creatives, innovation, the founder members of different agencies. Well, amazing. Why do you think we should have more of the women into the tech world, especially looking at Uganda as an example itself? Because I believe you registered a number of achievements along the way.
I can.
Okay, shoot, just
yeah,
shoot.
I think for me, working with a team at Digiverse, we have a team of about 5 people, and I am the only female. Yeah, so one thing I really appreciate, and my team also really appreciates, is the character I bring to the team. And I think a lot of women possess this. You've had it in a lot of organizations where like the organization women bring in everything, project management, in like team management, always pushes the team an extra step ahead. Yeah, so I think for me it's very important as women to join the tech world, because we were earlier sharing with the ladies here, and they were sharing how the tech world, like the tech space, especially in Uganda, we have a lot of like mistrust from clients. Because of the way people are unprofessional. You meet someone, you want a website, oh madam, it can be done, and then 2 years down the road there's nothing that has been done. If we have women on board working with, you know, like as a team of tech people, some of these things we can actually solve them, because as a woman, if we add our tech knowledge and then our organization, you won't have issues of unprofessionalism, because everything we do, you see it in our families. When you decide to do something, it will be
the magical hands.
Exactly.
We should have something somewhere.
Women know how to nurture.
Like a women hub somewhere, and it's just full of women. You just walk into that place and you get all the assistance you deserve.
There are actually some that are available, the women spaces.
Yeah, we too. Women tech.
Women in tech.
Women in tech.
We
There
too,
is Zimba women. There is Fundi girls. There is, and there are more.
Yeah.
You can find them
Women
on
tech
the
makers
internet.
as
Yeah, because someone out there would love to know there's access, you know.
Women tech makers.
Yes, women
There's
tech
access
makers, yeah.
freely. I can walk in, get all the advice I need. For someone especially who has just maybe finished campus, they're stranded, they can't easily get a job out there.
Although for such things, it's not you walk in and get help immediately. Maybe what you can do is go and inquire from them. They usually run programs. Find they're running a program between January and March, then a bit of rest, then the next. So you have to inquire when the next cohort would be, so that they can be able to organize and have you. And also contact the different mentors that they have for the different programs, because there are so many ladies currently in the tech field that are willing to give out the information.
Yeah.
I was discussing with my colleague here. She said she actually wants to go and empower different ladies, but is not. She doesn't have the space.
You don't know where to start.
Yeah, so such organizations have to look for people like her and bring them together so that they can now pass on the knowledge. Yeah, so they have to look out for such programs, sign up, then enroll.
Okay. Yeah. For example, if you got a group of people, you wanted to submit.
Yes.
Okay,
I
feel
wanted
free.
to submit. First of all, some of those hubs, one of them is Innovation Village. It's in Tinda, if you're somewhere nearby. Then there's one called Hive Collab. It's in Kanjocha Street. That one is a mixed space for both males and females. But still on the same Kanjocha Street, there's Women in Technology. That's where I actually started my business from. I started there with a desk. Then as I realized I needed more space and a bit of more privacy, that's when I moved to Ntinda, where our current offices have been for at least 7 years now. So there's a place to start. There's a place to do your baby steps as you grow. There are those places that can nurture you. Yeah. So, but then in submission to why are women important in the tech space?
Yes.
When I started my career, I didn't start out as a founder. I started as an employee at a bank. I won't mention the bank. Yeah, but I started as an employee in the bank, and I was a risk officer there. So we used to interrogate systems and other departments, but IT was one of those. And I quickly got interest, of course, in IT audit. That's why I do IT risk management for consultancy in my business. So I quickly realized that most of the software that is used, even on a large scale, lacks in detail. Like they don't dig deep into the user's needs. They do more of what the software developer thinks the user needs, more than what the user actually needs. So along the way, they don't get fully used. Their needs are not fully met by the software, and also the software doesn't get fully used. So there's a loss there. And when I advanced to another organization, I got the opportunity to be a quality assurance officer, a quality assurance person for a software they were trying to adopt, so that they avoid that mistake of getting software that users were not going to actually use because it was not user-friendly. And I realized that one of the reasons these softwares are lacking in the user needs is because there is not enough detail in the user needs analysis. And women are detailed by nature.
Tell me about it.
And it would always take this woman to see those gaps.
Exactly.
And when my male colleagues would not see
With
them.
all honesty.
I'm not taking credit for it, but I realize it's because I'm a woman. I believe any other woman who was in the same shoes, or who wears the same shoes even right now, can see those gaps. But now you put the woman on the team of software development, even if they are not the ones going to do the actual programming, but they are helping you to come up with a concept. You want to prove a concept that will work for years, and you will not have to upgrade every now and then because users are saying, I can't see this, I can't see this, I can't get that. But now you have all the details embedded right from the beginning. Women are needed. Their character is so needed at that point. That's my submission.
Well, you're searching for a class for...
I'm so sorry.
What if you happen to find this group of people, group of women that need to advance, you know, in the tech world? How long is someone, what the duration of time? Does it require me to have 3 months time or 6 months for me to be able, you know, to achieve on, or maybe mingle into society when it comes to the tech world? How long do I need to grasp all those programs and all that, the creativity you're talking about? Someone would think it's rocket science. I didn't even do sciences. You feel like there's a lot of technicalities in there.
Not really.
I think it depends on what you're trying to
Someone's passion.
Yeah. And
Aside
your
from the passion,
drive.
is also what you're trying to learn, because there are introductory courses where you find that if you're trying to learn design, to come up with interface design, user experience, if you want to be a user experience expert, engineer, that I feel like that takes a shorter while as compared to someone who is doing a back-end course to learn how to program and databases and what. But there is always a stepping stone. Not that you will not mingle with the tech people if you've not spent 1 year in the field.
But at least there's somewhere a ladder for you. Eh?
Even 1 month. Even 1 month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I also think it also depends a lot on your drive. You know, people always want something quick, yeah? But there are so many resources, and I've seen people learn something in just a span of a week because they put in so much time. Someone will go on YouTube and watch videos for a whole week, and then they come and pitch to you something, and they are very good at it. So it depends a lot in with your drive. So just get your foot in there, right? And with your focus that I want to learn this. Also the other problem, you want to learn this, you want to learn that, you want to learn this. You can't do it all at once, especially when you're a beginner. So you can start with, my goal is to learn graphics by this month. We are in what? April, literally, right? So you can say by June, I want to be able to create the most amazing flyer, right?
Yes.
And you go, the resources are there. YouTube, these days TikTok has resources for knowledge, right? go and expose yourself, trust me, by June you will even be better than like just creating a mere flyer. You'll be much more. So have a clear goal, and then also the drive will be important. Don't do it one day and then you're like, these things are hard.
You need to equip yourself and step into the waters.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so at least at some point when you get the basics, you're able to earn and be able to get something, some money.
Graphics designers are earning money on NASA Road. Sorry to mention that road. Yes. I did mention a particular business.
Now we're talking about people who do, because you need to do it right. Yeah? You need to also do it right, not just the excitement. And you end up buffet, and then someone is like, okay, we're all into the tech world, and you tend to misuse the social media itself. Yes, such issues. How should we handle such challenges?
Talking about money, people are always very quick to earn. People want, I studied.
If only you had sat with the wallets. You don't have the handbags, you'll be pulling out some notes. We're talking about money, and it's, it's just 27.
I can tell you my first job, my first actual job where I signed a contract. It was little money, I'll be honest. But we always have to get that stepping stone. At the end of the day, there is no company that is going to hire you straight up from campus. You probably have a skill or two, and they're going to give you that much money.
Like senior developer.
Like the senior developer. It's very unrealistic.
Yeah.
So maybe someone out there who is looking for a job, start small and just know in 2 years or 3 years or 4, with good practice and a good recommendation, you're building your profile, you get that amount of money. So when someone starts off as a graphics designer, they're probably now being paid little money. They just decide to drop that. Let me try something else. Drop it as well. Let me try something. At the end of the day, you have so much little knowledge on so many things that you're losing it somewhere along the way. If you can concentrate and build as you go, then you get the money you want.
Okay, how can we make it better?
I heard you talking about
how can we make it better?
Yeah, so I know people are worried about all the cyber crime that goes on. And we live in a society that is not really exceptional from crime. And it's not just in the computing world. But the beauty is we have laws, actually, that can protect people from cyber crime and all the crime that goes on there. We have the Electronic Transactions Act. That one protects electronic transactions, which includes EFTs in banks, mobile money, all these fintech things. They are governed by Electronic Transactions Act. Then we have the Computer Misuse Act that can catch people who misbehave on, like, say, social media. You understand? Then I believe even the UCC regulations, Uganda Communications Commission regulations, I believe those ones can even capture those who misbehave in other media spaces that are related to computing. So the laws are there to protect us from the cyber crime. So they shouldn't fear to venture. The laws are there. The important thing is to know them and to know how they can help you, to know where to go if you feel like you've been mishandled or abused using a computer or technology. So there is protection out there, and there's even a computer forensics department in police. This is public knowledge. So if you know these things, then you shouldn't fear to venture. I believe those can protect us.
Yeah. Can I?
Phyllis, feel free.
On making money. First of all, you should follow the rules, because yes, you can make quick money, but if you're in it for a long time, you will get caught, so do it the right way. But just to add on what she was saying, you're not going to learn whatever skill you're trying to acquire and expect to earn in a month, right? For example, for my case, I think at campus I used to volunteer, right? I just wrote proposals and sent to primary schools within Barara. And when they allowed me, I would go there once in a while and teach these kids Scratch. Scratch is like a drag and drop programming language that teaches kids how to code. And for that time, I wasn't earning a single shilling, but I was getting the skills, because also when you teach, you learn more, you reinforce the skill that you know. And I remember as I was doing my final exams, someone was reaching out to, oh, I have this thing, young engineers, that's where I first worked when I graduated. I have this thing, they actually reached out on Facebook. I'm starting this thing and I've seen your articles about Scratch. Do you think you can help me set it up? At first I thought it's just mufere. I didn't respond, and we're doing exams, final year exams, so I didn't respond. The second time they text, until a lecturer actually reached out. There's a friend of mine trying to reach out to you, please respond to them. And by the time I got out, I had a job. It wasn't paying a lot, yeah, because I remember like I couldn't even afford rent that time, but at least it got me the experience. It got me into my first job. So go out with that mindset, yeah. Most times you're going to have to first volunteer before you get your first pay. But that time will help you to also build your skill and grow it to an expert level, yeah. Okay. But also the internet. There's a lot of, these days there's a lot of online payment, like you do work and you're paid online. So just venture into that. There are VAs, there are all these sorts of like remote working that you can explore as you grow your skill and you earn a little bit.
And there's transparency
to get data.
as well.
Yes, yes, there's transparency.
Maybe just getting to know your day-to-day life, your day-to-day work, incorporating ICT on a daily. How is it?
For instance, when I wake up, I check my WhatsApp, because I have WhatsApp business. As I check, I'm saying, is there any message?
Order?
Yeah, any order. So I check my catalog to see, is it still, you know, speaking the language that is actually at the company? Should I add something? Should I change the profile photo? So already I'm engaging the business using my phone. I also check out my website, by the way, to see, is it still, you know, mobile friendly? Even my client's website. Every now and then I check on them. Are they still online, or have they somehow gone off? That kind of thing. That's for a start in the morning. Then, of course, when I go to work, it's the laptop and the work that happens on the laptop. Yes, that could range from software development, website design, or maybe I'm learning something online, you know. So all the way I'm using the computer. Then I'm maybe ordering a safe border or Uber to get me here or something. Yes.
Brenda, how is it like for your day-to-day life? The tech world, every day, what
like
you do?
She said, our current lives are literally run by technology. Almost everything you have to cross-check with a computer. Yeah. Even something as easy as typing. You might type out something and the computer autocorrects and shows you, even on WhatsApp, this is the wrong spelling. So I feel like there is a lot of interaction with the computer and technology in my day-to-day activities. At work, the first thing I do is check my email to see. The email is integrated with a lot of other applications, like program management. So where are we at this project? What are we doing? What are we doing next? What is this client saying? What did I have to do? Have I reached this target? All that is sorted out by the computer. So I look at that and I align the next activities that I'm going to do before I get into now that development and coding.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. For me, I think my day, first of all, as you heard, I have the tech company where it's my daily job, and then I also have another venture that is new. But I think the one thing I appreciate about technology, with technology I'm able to automate most of my tasks, because I mostly do content creation and digital marketing, as well as project management. And so I'm able to, like, let's say if I have about like 2 businesses where I'm managing their digital socials, I will automate. Yeah, I'll sit down in like maybe 2 days, I create the content for the month. right? And then I sit down and schedule it out for like 2 weeks. Yeah, so I'm able to focus on other things. So that flexibility has also given me the time to build the other venture of Yoga Fruit that I'm doing. Yeah, and also with the other like projects that be going on, because of the automation, you have visibility of everything. That I would just go, I'll be on a border and like go on our drive as a team and know the graphics guy has already uploaded the work that I need to upload. Yeah, so that is just makes it easy even to run your life, because usually people have the perception that women are not fit for tech because the tech guys are always on their computer. When will you get time for your family? When will you get time for all those other things? But the beauty is there is automation. You can still have, yes, a wonderful family life and still deliver on your work because of the beauty of automation.
And still be able to create for
and
the
still
world
be able
as
to
well.
create, exactly. So,
well, I want you to talk to my viewer out there on why they should really get into this, why they should really go out and pursue those courses that are related to ICT. How can you convince such a person that this is the kind of world you're supposed to enjoy? You'll be able to earn a living, you know? You'll be able to be accommodated, and you're going to take a country further ahead when it comes to the transformation economically and socially. Why would someone do your course? Because at the end of the day, you didn't take on the civil engineering and you don't have any regrets as well. You did fit in comfortably and you're able to earn a living and maybe take care of a family. I'll start with Stella.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. So for our viewers out there, especially the ladies and the young girls, technology is where it's at. We can no longer ignore it. It's no longer an option. It's part of us. It's like backbone in our economy. So if you don't have technology in your world, embedded in your lifestyle, then you're no longer going to be relevant even to yourself. So please embrace it as early as possible. Use the tools around you, use the world around you. Even if you have a phone that is not a smartphone, it's still technology. You're still engaged in the world, in communication, and in probably mobile money, in transacting. When you go to the bank, you cannot do without technology. ATMs are technology, automatic teller machine. When you go into the bank, you will of course not be the one to use the computer, but if you are the one working in the bank, you would obviously use the computer. When you go into the education system, you need a computer. Everywhere you go, you need technology. So please don't ignore it, don't shy away from it. And then we are now designing even tools that make it so easy, like we've been sharing. Some of them are free, others you don't need to learn a lot. You just need to drag and drop here and there, you know, and make what you want. So don't shun away from it. There's room for everybody. Yes, that's my submission.
Oh, Brenda, why should someone end up doing what you did? You know, be an engineer just like you.
The biggest thing I love about engineering in technology is the flexibility of the job. You're able to work on the go. So you can meet deadlines, you can communicate with different people, you can collaborate with different developers just on your computer. Even before we walked in here, I was on my phone and I was able to instruct something that is very business oriented, and that is something someone before could not do, or someone who is not aware of that ability of the computer to do. So it will be very helpful for you to learn the different technologies around your job. You don't have to come and start developing. You don't have to come and be the one designing websites. No, even look around you, look around the different sectors. In education, people who are compiling reports, people who are sending out emails to parents reminding them of visitation, they have to automate that activity on the computer. So in the different, within your field, look out on the different activities that you can use, where you can use the computer to ease your life. It is very versatile, I can say.
Amazing. Okay, before... Hey, you have something to say, Phyllis?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think for me the biggest lesson is in tech particularly, because it's ever changing. So you have to be very curious and eager to learn. You have to be a student, of life, like continuous learning, if you want to take that path. But also you don't have to particularly learn, like sign up for IT or software engineering. Whatever course you've decided to do, you can actually add on it by learning a tech skill, because according to research, there are particular professions that are going to phase out, because there's a lot of automation happening, that those professions, if you don't have a tech skill added on to the theory you learned, you'll be irrelevant, right? So if you're a lawyer, if you're a teacher, if you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, like any profession, you need to learn some tech skills so that in the future you'll be relevant to your field. Things like lawyers, they are going to phase out. So if you don't have a tech, you won't have a job. Because they are going to automate all.
Well, before we let the viewer go, just hearing it from the ladies, of course we've had a wonderful time, but time is really against us. I think I'll start with Stella right there at the extreme end, as we let you go enjoy your Monday and your week as well. How can the women be supported, or maybe a word of encouragement to the viewer out there? Your client could be watching.
Okay, thank you again, Sandra. First of all, to the woman and lady out there, don't shy away from technology, and do not feel like you're vulnerable because you're a woman. No, your character as a woman is very much needed in the tech space. So be curious, look out for opportunities, look for the problems in your society and your community that you can solve with technology. Automate the small tasks that are repetitive in your office or in your business as much as possible, so that you leave out time for your family and other activities. Then I think at a macro level, I think we need more government support. How? They're already doing a lot, like in education, they're doing a lot in there. But for instance, this Startup Act that is coming up, I think they should not delay it or derail it, because it's going to help people in the tech space. They're the ones who are doing most of these startups. If they are supported, then they will be more, they'll be helping the nation to provide relevant solutions that are technology based. But when they are not supported at the grassroots, they don't have the resources they need to deliver to this economy what is actually needed in this very age that we are in. Yes. So, and for the technology people out there, please don't give up. There is a lot of room still. We are in an emerging market, so there's still a lot of room for solutions. Don't give up on your dreams. Pursue them. Our economy needs you. Our country needs you. Our world needs you.
Okay, great words of encouragement. I think before I shoot to Brenda, let me move to Phyllis there. Which kind of support can be rendered to the women out there for you to enjoy this kind of world, or maybe a word of encouragement? Yes, to someone out there who wants to be like Phyllis.
I think first, word of encouragement, find a community of women, of anything. That doesn't have to be particularly women that are in this move of learning tech. There's people have been mentioning Women in Tech. There's Women Tech Makers, which is a Google group, and they always have trainings that are free. There's also these women that are here. Yeah, you can reach out to, particularly me, you can reach out on our website, digiversesolutions.com, to, just get engaging, and I will share any resources, any opportunities out there. But start with a community. They will always give you resources, and always be curious to learn, curious to move with, the pace, because tech changes a lot. If you're going to just learn one thing and think it will take you in the coming years, it won't, because it keeps changing. And then for the women, I think we were talking about this with the ladies, we are calling out all the women out there who are into the tech space. Let's, you know, create a community where other young people, especially girls who are still in high school, in university, even primary, to tap into our experiences, because we need a lot of inspirations. When you get in these tech spaces, they are mostly men. Yeah, so we need to come together.
I wish I could just write for you a check right now for you to start such a community.
Yeah, thank
well,
you.
Brenda, I'll move up to you.
I'll begin with thanking the people that are taking on ladies in their organizations and employing them. You're doing such a great service to us and to the country, and to yourself, because ladies are very detail-oriented, and they are people who will do what they're supposed to do until it's finished. So continue doing that. And I would also like to encourage the different companies that are employing young people. Continue to employ young people, because you're grooming the next generation of employees and employers. We're talking about how you get out of campus, you probably don't have the skills that are needed, and you probably need to just volunteer. It's becoming very rampant that very many people are, I feel like they're taking it for granted that once you leave campus, we're just going to give you a volunteering role. Yet these people actually have the knowledge, and it would be a great space for them to learn and also add to the company what they have learned from campus. For the ladies out there, just hold on to that dream. Hold on to it. It can take years. It can take a lot of practice. You might work with this organization and it's not working out for you. Seek out for something else. Get mentors. There are very many different ladies, starting with this panel, that are willing to take this journey with you. So reach out to them. Go to the different social media platforms, the female events that are happening around the country. Even if they are very far, put in, you can ask, you can inquire. Right now with the digital space that we have talked about, some of these events, yes, they're on ground, but you find they're giving you a Zoom link, they're giving you a Google Meet. So be a part of that and learn from different women as much as you can, so that you can push your career forward.
Amazing. I would love to push this and have the conversation going, but time is against us, and have some bit of coffee. I was enjoying the party, really. Well, for the viewer out there, just remind you guests for today's episode are just next to me. I've been having Nwansima Brenda, a web developer. Thank you so much for your time. And just next to Brenda, we had Phyllis. Well, Phyllis is creator, a co-founder at Digiverse Solutions Limited, and also co-founder of Yoga Fruit. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here today. And just at the extreme end, Stella Nakatude, website developer at Ella Solutions Limited. It's been great having you on today's episode.
Thank you so much.
Hope to have you once again.
We'll be glad.
Love to.
Well, I've been happy spending time with you. Thank you for choosing the national broadcaster, and thank you for watching this special edition that came your way this day, the 27th day of March 2023. I'm looking forward to spending more time with you, same station and same place tomorrow. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Have a blessed day and a fruitful week.